Hello children, welcome to your channel Sharda Educare, and in this video children we will be learning the problem set of your textbook from chapter 3 Circle of Standard 10th, and the problem set begins with the choose the correct alternative. In that, the first choose the correct alternative is, let us read, two circles of radii 5.5 centimeter and 3.3 centimeter respectively touch each other. Two circles are touching each other. What is the distance between their centers? It is mentioned that circles are touching each other, but it is not mentioned the circles are touching internally or externally. So there are four options mentioned here children, and we will see which option is a correct option. So let me draw two circles. I have already discussed in other videos of mine how to find the distance between the two centers when the circles are touching internally and the circles are touching externally. So here is a figure where the circle with 5.5 centimeter radius and 3.3 centimeter radius touch each other at one point, and this is center 1 and this is center 2. So what would be the distance between their centers? It is sum of their radii. So what would be the distance? 5.5, I will be adding it, 3.3 would be 8.8 centimeter. So we got 8.8 centimeter when they are touching externally, and 8.8 is here. But there is also possibility that circle can touch each other internally, which is not mentioned here. So we will go also for that. So let me draw a diagram where the circles are touching internally. So the radius of big circle is this and the radius of smaller circle is this. So this is center 2 and this is center 1. Radius of big circle is 5.5, radius of smaller circle is 3.3 children. So what is the distance between their radii centers? It would be difference between their radii. So 5.5 minus 3.3 would be 2.2 centimeter. So there can be possibility of two answer, 8.8 as well as or 2.2. So let me check it. Yes, I have got here D. Option D is the option which match with my answer, which I got it here, 8.8 or 2.2. So in exam when you are getting the choose the correct alternative, that time you need to write down the option. Okay. Now moving to the second question children. Let me rub it. The second question says two circles intersect each other. They intersect each other. So intersecting means like this. Clear? But how? Let us read. Intersect each other such that each circle will pass through the centers of each other. Means one circle, if this circle is there, the other circle when it is intersecting, it will pass through the center. At the same time, the circle 1 will also pass through the center of circle 2. So let me draw the figure. This is my circle 1 and this is the center, and this is my circle 2. Let me draw the center afterward. When I draw another circle, I find that the condition is given in such a way that circle 1 with center C1 is passing through the center C2 and circle with center C2 is passing through C1. So what is the distance between, what are the radii? What is the radius of each circle? Okay, and it is mentioned that distance between their center is 12. Distance between their center is 12. Means distance between center 1 and center 2 is 12. I hope children you can answer this question. It is so clearly visible from this center. Center 1 means this circle. if I draw a line, it is reaching to the circumference of the circle, means the point is on the circle. So from here to here the distance is 12. That means the radius of circle with center C1 is 12. Now go for this. Center C2 is, circle with center C2 is this, and from here if I draw a radius, it passes up to, it reaches up to the circumference of the circle. So distance between the center is nothing but radii of both the circle. So what is the correct option? 12 centimeter is the radius of each circle is the correct option. Choose the correct option 3. A circle touch all side of a parallelogram. So the parallelogram must be a rectangle or a rhombus or a square or a trapezium. Children, the rectangle is what? Where opposite sides are equal, but two sides would be more than other two sides. Length would be more than the breadth. A rhombus, let us see for the square. A square is the one in which all the sides are equal, but each angle is 90 degree. So we can draw a circle whose inside, and we can see that each side of the square will touch the circle. What is a rhombus? Same square in which each angle is not at 90 degree. One will be less than 90, one would be more than 90, but each side would be equal. Each side would be equal, will be equal, and parallelogram in which each side is equal, we can draw the circle. See here, no matter the angles are not 90 degree, but each sides are equal, so we can draw a circle inside and all the side of rhombus will touch the circle. In your textbook, the answer given rhombus, correct option, but even square is a correct option. Why? Because each side of a square are equal. Now fourth, length of a tangent segment drawn from a point. Now this is the circle and this is the center. O is the center of the circle. So what is given? Length of a tangent segment which is drawn, tangent drawn to the circle from a point, from one point, and that point is at a distance of 12.5 centimeter. For example, A is the point which is at a distance of 12.5 centimeter from the center. See, A is the point which is at a distance of 12.5 centimeter from the center of the circle is 12. Length is 12 of what? Of the tangent. Did you get, student? Length of the tangent segment which is drawn from the point, and that point is at a distance of 12.5 centimeter from the center is 12. So find the diameter of the circle. Options are mentioned here. So we have to find out the diameter. So first, by looking at this, we can find out the radius. This is the tangent and I do a construction here. This will be 90 degree. So which triangle it is, children? It is a right angle triangle. So I can use Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle OAB, OA radius and AB tangent, AB is a tangent, and therefore what? OBA will be equal to 90 degree. So I can use Pythagoras theorem in this. So see here, by Pythagoras theorem, this is the hypotenuse, children. So OA square is equal to OB square plus AB square. OA is 12.5 centimeters square. OB is, we need to find out, plus AB is 12 square. We know OB is to be found 144, 12 square, square of 12 is 144, and we want to find out square of 125, 12.5. See, I will show you a shortcut method. If you need to find out the square, you will multiply and then find. Instead of multiplying, you can do 5 5s are 25, and here the number is 12. What is the number which is coming after 12? 13. Multiply 12 and 13. So you can easily multiply here 12 and 13. 12 13s are 156. Okay, that can be done. See, 13 2s are 26. 13 1s are 13. 14 15, so 156, and you can write here 156. Now where to put the decimal? There is one digit here, one digit here, and you can place the decimal here. Now children, in which kind of multiplication you can use this method? Only those which has 5 in its unit place. Like if you want to multiply 75, so how can I do it? 75, what I'll do, 5 5s are 25. Now what to write here? 7, what comes after 7? 8. 7 8s are 56. 5625. Okay, so this can be done only with the number which has 5 in its unit place and whose square you want to find out. Only the numbers which has 5 in its unit place, and the numbers should be same number. Then only you can use this method. Otherwise, you have to use your traditional method which is taught in your school, multiplication. So, OB square plus 144, 12.5 square is 156.25, 156.25. Now, this number will be coming here, 156.25 minus 144 is equal to OB square. Now, children, see, while doing the subtraction, I know you will be doing a mistake. This is 156.25, and what you will write? You will write 144 over here and you will do the subtraction. That is what usually children do. But below point you write point, and here after 144 there is no digit after decimal. So here you write down 0 and here write 144. Subtract it, 5, 2, 6 minus 4, 2, 15 minus 14, 1. So you got 12.25. So here OB square is equal to 12.25. Now you need to find out the square root of it. How to do that? OB square is equal to 12.25. So OB is equal to under the root 12.25. Now how to find the square root? 12.25. You know, by long division method you can do. Here there are 2 digit and here there are 2 digit. So I will select first 2 digit, and if I am writing any number here, I need to multiply with the same number. Suppose I am writing here 1. So with what number I must multiply? With 1. So if I write 1, 1 1s are 1, which is very small. If I write 2, I must multiply by 2. 2 2s are 4. Again with 12 it is very small. If I write 3, I must multiply by 3. 3 3s are 9. Let me check for 4. 4 4s are 16. Now I can't take 16 because 16 is bigger than 12. So which number I'll take? I'll take 3. 3 3s are 9. Now you do minus 10, 11, 12. 3. Now when you are bringing down, you have to bring down both the number, because you are doing it long division method. In ordinary simple division you have to bring only one digit, but in long division method you have to bring two digits. So when you multiplied by 3, you must also add 3 here. What number are you getting? 6. 3 plus 3, 6. Now what you should do, children, you have to write here one number, and if you write any number you must also multiply with the same number. See, if I am writing here 1, what is my number now? 61. I must multiply by 1, 61, which is less 0.1, I can say 6.1. Okay, because here, now let me write 0.2. Okay, so multiply by 0.2. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 3.4. Now I will write here 3. That point later on we will see. First only write 3, then multiply by 3. 3 3s are 9, 3 6 are 12, 129. It is 325. Okay, just consider it 325. Then write here 4. 4 4s are 16. If I am writing here 4, I must multiply by 4. 4 4s are 16, carry 1. 4 6 are 24 plus 1, 25, 256, which is very less. Let me write by 5, multiply by 5. 5 5s are 25, carry 2. 5 6 are 30, 30 plus 2, 32. I got 32, 325. So here I will write 5 and 325. Here point is after 2 digit. I will place the point here after 1 digit. Okay, if the point is after 4 digit, I will place the point after 2 digit, because we are finding the square root. So we got here 3.5. So OB we got 3.5. Radius we got 3.5. What is diameter? 3.5 into 2. 2 5s are 10, carry 1. 2 3s are 6 plus 1, 7. So 7 centimeter is the correct answer. Where is the option? C is the correct option. So when in the exam you are asked to find the correct option, you need to solve it and then write the correct option. That is C. C is the correct answer. Question 5. If two circles are touching externally. Yes, this is one circle and this is another circle, children. These two circles are touching externally. So how many common tangents of them can be drawn? Let us see. This is the point where both the circles are touching each other. Let me draw one tangent here. This is one tangent L I have drawn. Clear? Now I can also draw one tangent here. M. See, this is the M tangent which touches this circle also and this circle also. And one more tangent I can draw. N. Now this is also touching here at this point as well as here at this point. This is touching here at this point, here at this point. This tangent is touching both the circle. So let me see if I can draw one more tangent. No, this tangent only touches this circle with center O. Doesn't touch the circle with center P. So you cannot draw. This side, yes, you cannot, because this also touch only with the center P, not to the center with center O. So in all, how many tangents we can draw? In all we can draw 3 tangents. In your textbook, the option is given 1 tangent. 1 tangent, which is a wrong option, children. So the correct option is a 3 tangents. Question number 6. There is angle ACB which is inscribed in our KCB. Now inscribed angle I have clear very much with you, children. So let me draw a circle with the center O. It is specified with center O. See here, with center O. Angle ACB is inscribed in arc ACB. So let me draw A, C, B. So this is angle ACB, which is inscribed in arc ACB. This is the inscribed arc in which our angle is present. Our angle is lying. So if the measure of the angle ACB is 65 degree, what would be the measure of the arc ACB? Means we need to find out the measure of this arc. Okay. Now children, now you know it is inscribed in arc ACB. Here we can use inscribe angle theorem. You see angle ACB is intercepting this arc. Let me label it as X, AXB. So, and it is inscribed in arc ACB. So, I can use inscribe angle theorem. So, see here, angle ACB is inscribed in arc ACB. Therefore, by inscribe angle theorem, angle ACB will be equal to half of measure arc. What arc it intercept? This angle is intercepting arc AXB. So arc AXB. Now angle ACB, I know what is the value? 65 degree, which is equal to half of measure arc AXB. Now 2 will go and multiply with 65. 65 into 2 is equal to measure arc AXB. So 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 12 plus 1, 30. 130 is equal to measure arc AXB, children. We got the value of measure arc AXB, and AXB is equal to 130. But we need to find out ACB. Total circle is what? 360. So can we write arc ACB plus arc AXB is equal to 360 degree. Complete circle. ACB is 130. Sorry, arc ACB plus AXB is 130, which is equal to 360. Now 130 will go here. Arc ACB is equal to 360 minus 130, which is equal to 230 degree. So measure arc ACB is 230. So correct option is option D. Question 7. Chord AB and chord CD of a circle intersect each inside the circle. Okay. Let me draw here chord AB and chord CD. They are intersecting at a point E inside the circle, and center, it's E is not the center mentioned. At point E, if AE is 5.6 and EB is 10, CE is 8, find ED. Children, here the chords are intersecting internally. Chords are intersecting internally, and therefore AE into EB equal to CE into ED. AE is 5.6, EB is 10, CE we need to find out, CE is 8, ED we need to find out. If I multiply this 5.6 with 10, it will be 5, 6. 8 into ED. Okay. See, when I multiply 5.6 with 10, it will be 560, and point after one digit means 56. Clear? Now 56 is here, 8 is here. So 56 divided by 8 is equal to ED. 8 7s are 56. So ED is going to be 7 centimeter. And option A is the correct option, children. Question 8. In a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, the quadrilateral is cyclic A, B, C and D. That means all the vertices are lying on the circle, and it is given that twice the measure of angle A is means equal, thrice the measure of angle C. See, again I repeat, 2 times the measure of angle A, twice the measure of angle A is thrice the measure of angle C. So find angle C. It is a cyclic quadrilateral given. Therefore, quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral given. Therefore, angle A plus angle C will be equal to 180 degree. Angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Supplementary means 180 degree. Now, if I know this, I can do modification over here. Let me take, what will happen, angle A is equal to 2, I am shifting here, 3 upon 2 into angle C. Now A value is 3 upon 2 angle C. So in place of A, I can place this value. So 3 upon 2 of angle C plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Now here it is there is nothing in the denominator. I can do cross multiplication. 3 times angle C plus 2 times angle C upon 2 into 1. This will multiply here. 2 will multiply with this, and 2 and 1 will multiply with one another, is equal to 180. Now 3 times angle C plus 2 times angle C will be 5 times angle C, is equal to 2 into 180. Now 2 into 180 is 360. That is 5 times angle C. Therefore, angle C will be equal to 360 upon 5. So if I divide it, 5 7s are 35, 5 2s are 10. The angle C is 72 degrees. See, let me divide it here. 360 divided by 5, 5 7s are 35, 1, 5 2s are 10. So I got 72. So correct option will be B. Measure arc AB is equal to measure arc BC, 120 degree given. Now if you go to see, children, this angle BAC. BAC means which angle? A. Let me write here. Angle BAC means what angle I am referring to? Angle A, middle one, is intercepting this arc, means covering this arc, and it is inscribed here in this arc BAC. Therefore, by inscribed angle theorem, measure arc BAC will be, angle BAC will be half of measure arc BC. See, angle BAC is intercepting this arc and it is inscribed here in this arc. Therefore, angle BAC will be half of major arc BC. So, angle BAC is equal to half of major arc BC. BC is how much? 120 degree. When I divide it, I'll get 60 degree. So, angle BAC I got equal to 60 degree. Let me write here 60 degree. Now, look for this. Angle BCA is intercepting this arc. Is equal to half of major arc BA, and reason will be inscribe angle theorem here. Inscribe angle theorem. Same way, inscribe angle theorem. Major arc BA is how much? 120 degree. I can write half of major arc BA is 120, 60 degree, that is 60. So, angle BCA I got 60 degree. 60 degree. Now, you know children, in a triangle, two angles you know, then third angle, this plus this is 120. To make it 180, how much is needed? 60. Naturally, the third angle will be 60 degree. So, you can do it like that. Now, in triangle BAC, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Sum of the angle of triangle. Sum of angles of triangle. Therefore, A is how much? 60 plus C is how much? 60 plus B we want to find out is equal to 180, that is 120 plus angle B equal to 180. Now 120 will go here from minus 120. So if you subtract you will get it 60 degree. So each angle is 60 degree children. So it is nothing but an equilateral triangle. So option A is the correct option children. Question number 10th children, the last sum of MCQs from problem set. The sum says segment XZ is a diameter. I have drawn a circle here. Let me draw segment XZ. It is a diameter, okay, and O is the center. Let us draw O as a center. Segment XZ is a diameter of the circle. Point Y lie in the interior of it. Let me draw a point here which is Y, which is inside, not outside of the circle. How many of the following statements are true? There are statements which are 4 statements. This is first, second, third and fourth. So how many of them are true statement children? We have to find out. The first statement is, let us see whether it is correct or not. It is not possible that angle XYZ is an acute angle. See, where is the point lying? Point is lying inside the circle. If this point would have been over here on the circle and I would have joined it, then I would have got this angle as 90 degree. If my point would have been not here but here on the circle, then the point, my angle which I would have got would be a 90 degree. Angle in a semicircle, inscribed in a semicircle, but my point is not lying on the circle, it is lying inside the circle. So when I will join it, and the angle which I will get, it will be, it is not possible that XYZ is an acute angle, because if it is on the circle it will be 90, and as the point is moving closer the angle will increase, it will be more than 90. So it is not possible that an angle XYZ is an acute angle. That means it is an obtuse angle. So this statement is a correct statement. It is not possible that it is an acute angle, because it is not acute, it is obtuse. The closer the point will go, the angle is going to increase. It will be more than 90, and as it reaches on the circle, it will be 90. If it will go outside the circle, it will be less than 90. So here if it is there, it is not an acute angle, so it is a correct statement. Second one, angle XYZ can't be a right angle. Yes, correct, it can't be a right angle because the point is not on the circle. Point is where? In the circle. If it is on the circle, it will make 90 degree. So this statement is also a correct statement, children. XYZ is an obtuse angle. Yes, it is an obtuse angle because it is moving closer. As it is moving closer, both the side will be keeping on going away from one another, and the value of the angle will increase, which will be more than 90 degree. So this statement is also correct statement, children. Can't make a definite statement for angle XYZ. This is a wrong statement. So which are the correct point? How many statements are true statement? 1, 2, 3 statement are the true statement, children, and the option which one is stating it is option C. Option C is the correct option for this answer. I hope, children, you must have understood. If the point is on the circle, it will make 90 degree. Point will be inside the circle, it will go more closer, then more broader, and it will be more than 90 degree.